September was yet another rocky month. Despite that, it was pretty exciting for my portfolio. Throughout the month, I received dividend payouts from 15 different companies, and when tallying all those dividends up, it resulted in a new record. In addition to that, I also added 2 new positions to my portfolio. So we have a handful of stocks to go over today. So buckle the seatbelts and let's jump right in. Over in M1 Finance, this is the brokerage I use for my dividend portfolio. If you're interested in opening an account with M1 Finance, I have a referral link down in the description. The current value of my portfolio is $7,326.82. Overall negative gain of $833.92 and a negative return of 21.78%. Over the last month, I have a negative gain of $327.89 and a negative return of 4.45%. My top 3 holdings are AbbVie, ticker symbol ABBV, with a return of just above 19%. Lockheed Martin, ticker symbol LMT, with a return of 10.5%. And Starbucks, ticker symbol SBUX, with a return of 5.5%. So those are my top 3. And my bottom 3 holdings are Intel, ticker symbol INTC, with a negative return of 39.5%. Verizon, ticker symbol VZ, with a negative return of 29.5%. And Best Buy, ticker symbol BBY, with a negative return of about 27%. Moving right along to the first dividend I received in the month of September, which was from Intel, ticker symbol INTC. And for the 6 shares of Intel I own, I received $1.87. As far as Intel, over the last year, it has fallen just above 49%. Over the last month, it has fallen just above 12%. And I'll bring it to a current value of $26.97 and pretty much just trading at its 52-week low right now. And it does have a dividend yield of just about 1.5% and is trading at a PE of 11.4. Currently looking at the Wall Street analysts, they do have a low target of $20. So that's about 25% lower than the current share price. And they have an average share price of $39. So we're more on the lower end right now. For me personally, I am looking to just hold out right now on Intel. I'm focusing on some other positions as those prices are coming down, but it is on the cheaper side is right now. Next, on September 6th, I received 2 dividends, the first being from Johnson & Johnson, ticker symbol J&J. And for the 4 shares of Johnson & Johnson I own, I received $3.90. So for Johnson & Johnson, over the last year, it has fallen about 5%. And just within this last month, it has fallen 1%. So I'll bring it to a current share price of $163.20. So they are trading close to their 52-week low, so it's about its bottom fourth of its 52-week range. They do have a current dividend yield of 2.77%. They are trading at a PE of 16.21. So for me, I have been dollar cost average as the share price has been dropping, and I think it's at a good value right now. Going over here, looking at what the Wall Street analysts are saying. As far as Wall Street, they're looking at a low of $166, so that's about 2% higher than the current share price. And they're looking at a medium of $191. So right now I do think it's a bit undervalued. The second dividend I received on September 6th was from Pfizer, ticker symbol PFE. And for 1.5 shares of Pfizer that I own, I received 71 cents. So over this past year, Pfizer has fallen about 22%, and over the last month, it has fallen about 4.79%. So that'll bring it to a current share price of $44.14, and that is getting close to its 52-week low, which is $40.94. It has a current dividend yield of 3.56%. and is trading at a PE of 6.74. For Wall Street analysts, they are a low price target of $44, so that's about 1% higher than the current share price, and the average share price is just about $58. So it is looking at a good value right now. On September 12th, I received 2 different dividend payouts. The first one being from Target, ticker symbol TGT. And for 4.5 shares of Target that I own, I received $5.12. For this past year, Target has fallen about 34.5%. In this last month, Target has fallen about 5.6%. So that brings it to a current share price of $151.79. It is trading pretty close to its 52-week low, which was $137.16. It has a current dividend yield of 2.91%, and is trading at a PE of 18.42. As far as the analysts are concerned, they are looking at a low price target of $162, so that's about 7% higher than its current share price, and an average of $195. Right now, as the price is getting closer to that $140, I am looking at it as a good value to buy. Second dividend I've received on September 12th was from 3M, ticker symbol MMM. And for the 2 shares of 3M that I own, I received $2.98. Now, as far as 3M has been pretty much been getting beaten down the last few months. From the start of the year, it has fallen just over 36%. And over the last month, it has fallen about 5.5%. So I'll bring it to a current share price of $113.22. And it is very close to its 52-week low, which was $110. It has a current yield of 5.39%. and is trading at a PE of 10.65. As far as analysts are concerned, they have a low price target of $121, so that's about 7% higher than the current share price, with the average of $145. Looking at 3M, there's been a lot of lawsuits revolving around their e-plugs the last so many months. So for me personally, I'm looking more of a hold right now. I'm not sure what direction I want to take. The stock price is dropping, so as far as discount wise, you're going to get discount on it, but there's uncertainty there as far as direction the company's going. Moving into the middle of the month, on September 15th, I received 3 different dividend payouts. The first one from NextEra Energy, ticker symbol NEE. And for the 0.7 shares of NextEra Energy that I own, I received 33 cents. Over the past year, NextEra Energy has fallen just about 11.5%. And over the last month, it has fallen about 7.5%. So that brings them to a current share price of $81.19. So they are above the mid-range with a high of $93.73. They have a current dividend yield of 2.17%, and they are trading at a PE of 27.32%. So just looking at their PE, they're being seen as being overvalued. Over here on Wall Street Analyst, looking at their low price target of $81, which is pretty much where the stock price is right now, and an average of $99. So it's pretty much right there, and I feel like it is more in the overvalued spots right now. Next stock on September 15th was from Realty Income, ticker symbol O. And for the 2 shares of Realty Income that I own, I received 48 cents. So from the start of the year, Realty Income has fallen about 16.83%, and within this last month, it has fallen about 13%. So that brings in current share price of $59.22. They're trading very close to their 52-week low, which was $57.62, and they have a current dividend yield of 5.11%, and are trading at a price to funds from operation of 14.47%. Over here, looking at the Wall Street Analysts, they do have a low price target of $73. And a medium one of $78. So right now, as far as analyst wise, it is looking a bit undervalued by about 25%. So if you're looking for some REITs, personally, I think Realty Income is a decent buy right now. The last dividend I received on September 15th was from STAG, ticker symbol STAG. And for about 11.5 shares of STAG that I own, I received $1.40. Over the past year, STAG has fallen about 38%, and over the last month, it has fallen about 3.8%. So that brings it to a current share price of $29.18. It's trading very close to its 52-week low, which was $27.72. Current dividend yield of 5.14%, and is trading at a price to funds from operation of 13. Looking at the Wall Street Analyst, they have a low price target of $33, which is about 14% higher than the current share price, and average price target of $40. So another REIT trading at a pretty decent value right now, as well as Realty Income. On September 16th, I received a dividend payout from Duke Energy, ticker symbol DUK, and for the half a share of Duke Energy that I own, I received 58 cents. For the past year, Duke Energy has fallen about 7.8%, and over the past month, it has fallen about 11.5%, bringing them to a current share price of $95.33. They're trading close to their 52-week low, which was $92.82. They have a current dividend yield of 4.32%, and they are trading at a PE of 17.06. As far as Wall Street Analysts, they're looking at a low price target of $106, which is about 11% higher than the current share price, and a medium price target of $117. Compared to NextEra Energy being in the energy sector, Duke Energy is looking at a better value as far as being at more of a discount. We're just over halfway through with the dividends for this month. Next up, on September 20th, I received a dividend payout from Stanley Black & Decker, ticker symbol SWK. And for the 1 share of Stanley Black & Decker that I own, I received 83 cents. For the start of the year, Stanley Black & Decker has fallen just about 57.5%, and from this last month, it has fallen about 8%. Bringing them to a current share price of $79.03, and that is very close to their 52-week low of $55.15. They have a current dividend yield of 4.25% and are trading at a PE of 13.6. As far as Wall Street analysts are concerned, they have a low price target of $90, which is about 15% higher than the current share price, and they have an average price target of $116. And Stanley Black & Decker is one of the new positions I'm adding to my portfolio. I recently did analysis over this company, so I'll post that video at the end. Right now, with it being underneath the $85, I do see it as a good discount in the fair value that is trading at. So if you're looking for industrial stocks, keep an eye on Stanley Black & Decker. On September 22nd, I received a dividend payout from Qualcomm, ticker symbol QCOM. And for the 2 stocks of Qualcomm I own, I received $1.34. Over the past year, Qualcomm has fallen just about 38%, and over the last month, it has fallen just over 8%. So that brings it to a current share price of $117.22. It is very close to its 52-week low, which was $112, and it has a dividend yield of 2.66%. and is trading at a PE of 9.03. Looking at Wall Street analysts, their low price target is $131 and their average is $190. So right now, I am seeing Qualcomm being traded at a fair value right now and a good discount. On September 23rd, I received a dividend payout from Lockheed Martin, ticker symbol LMT. And for the 0.8 shares of Lockheed Martin that I own, I received $2.27. Within the past year, Lockheed Martin has grown about 13%. Most of it is due to all the craziness over in Europe. And over the last month, it has fallen about 5.5%. So that brings it to a current share price of just under $400, so $399.74. So it is trading about its mid-range right now with a low of $324 as a current dividend yield of 2.9% and is trading at a PE of 14.45. Looking at Wall Street analysts, they are seeing a low price target of $377 and an average of $468. So right now, I do think that Lockheed Martin is moving closer to fair value. I still see it as being overvalued right now. Primarily would be looking more of it around that $350 range would be a good, nice price to buy it at. So eventually I'll be able to grow my position in that, but not just yet. So on the last day of the month, I received 3 different dividends. The first being from Bank of America, ticker symbol BAC. The 12.5 shares of Bank of America that I own, I received $2.71. For the start of the year, Bank of America has fallen just about 33%. For the last month, it has fallen about 6%. So that brings it to a current share price of $31.09. And they are trading very close to their 52-week low, which was $29.67. So pretty much right there. They have a current dividend yield of 2.91% and they're trading at a PE of 9.44. As far as Wall Street analysts, they are looking at a low price target of $34. So about 10% higher than the current share price and an average of $42.91. So Bank of America is trading at a pretty decent price right now. Second to last dividend I received last month was for Broadcom, ticker symbol AVGO. And for 0.4 shares of Broadcom that I own, I received $1.67. So from the start of the year, Broadcom has fallen about 31%. And over the last month, it has fallen about 8%. So that brings them to a current share price of $456.78. They are trading very close to their 52-week low, which was $443.67. And they have a current dividend yield of 3.69%. They're trading at a PE of 11.87. So I've been really keeping my eye on Broadcom right now. And now that it's pretty much at its 52-week low, it is looking like a really sweet deal right now. So over here looking at what analysts see as a low price target of $545 is about 19% higher than the current share price and an average of $665. So like I said before, I do see as Broadcom being a good value right now and definitely plan to grow my position in it within this month. And the very last dividend I received in the month of September was from Pepsi, ticker symbol PEP. And for 1.3 shares of Pepsi that I own, I received $1.48. So from the start of the year, Pepsi has fallen just about 4.5%. And within the last month, it has fallen about 3.5%, bringing them to a current share price of $165.25. So they are trading pretty much at their midpoint of their 52-week range with a low of $149. Pepsi has a current dividend yield of 2.82% and are trading at a current PE of 24.39. Over on the Wall Street analysts, they are looking at a low price target of $160 and an average of $185. So right now, Pepsi is still looking at being overvalued. I'm looking more at Pepsi as being around the 130 range right now before I'll be considering adding anything to it. That wraps up the 15 companies that received dividends for in the month of September, and that brings it to a grand total of $27.67 and a brand new record for my portfolio as far as monthly dividend goes. Now, before moving on to the stocks that I purchased throughout the month, let me know if you're enjoying the content by smashing that like button, and also drop down in the comments below what your largest dividend payout was in the month of September. So as I mentioned at the beginning of this video, I did add 2 new positions to my portfolio. The first one being Stanley Black & Decker, ticker symbol SWK, and I bought one stock at the beginning of the month, right before this ex-dividend date, and the second one close to the end of the month. So I put in $180 and got 2.2 shares of that. Second new stock I purchased was Medical Property Trust, ticker symbol MTW. And Medical Properties is a REIT revolving around purchasing different hospitals. I didn't make a video on this, so I'll also post this at the end of this video. Anyways, I put $50 into Medical Property, and I received 3.7 shares of Medical Property Trust. Now, as the rest of September was going on, you probably noticed that the stock market was falling, so I did dollar cost average into a handful of stocks. The first one being from Caterpillar, ticker symbol CAT. I have been keeping an eye on Caterpillar. It has been pretty much overvalued the last few months, and now it has dropped close to under 170, around 170. I decided to start adding to my position. I put in $145 into Caterpillar, gave me 0.9 shares. Next was for Stag. I put in $60 into Stag and I got 2 shares out of that. The next one was from JP Morgan, ticker symbol JPM, and I put in $50 and got about half a share of JP Morgan. So for both Stag and JP Morgan, just dollar cost averaging. Qualcomm was the second to last stock that I purchased throughout the month, and this one I haven't touched in a while, and since stock price has been coming down, decided to put $50 into it and got about 0.4 shares of Qualcomm. And lastly, for Best Buy, ticker symbol BBY, I put in $35 just to pick up about half a share, and just a dollar cost average down. My current average price is around $86, and when the current share price is around 70, and I'm gonna pick up at least 1 share just to start bringing that average down. With all the stocks that I purchased throughout the month, I spent $570. Moving over to the dividend tracker, going to be looking at what dividends I'm going to receive in the month of October. So first up is Best Buy, ticker symbol BBY. And for just over 10 shares of Best Buy that I own, I'll receive $9.17. Next will be Cisco, ticker symbol CSCO. And for the 1 share of Cisco that I own, I'll receive 43 cents. Scrolling down here, for JP Morgan, ticker symbol JPM, I have close to 5 shares of JP Morgan, and I'll receive $4.80. Next up is Medical Property Trust, ticker symbol MPW. And for the 3.7 shares of Medical Property Trust that I own, I'll receive $1.07. Next up is my first monthly dividend payer, which is Realty Income, ticker symbol O. And for the 2 shares of Realty Income that I own, I'll receive 48 cents. Scrolling down once again, very last payment I'll receive in the month of October is from Stag, my second monthly dividend payer, ticker symbol STAG. And for the 13.5 shares of Stag that I own, I'll receive $1.65. And that'll bring me to a total of $17.61. As far as the stocks I'm looking at purchasing throughout the month of October, as I did mention, Broadcom is looking at a really good buy right now. So I'm going to be adding to that as it's at its 52-week low. I am going to be keeping an eye on Caterpillar and Stanley Black & Decker. As those prices keep falling, I'll be growing my position in those. As far as healthcare wise, I am going to be looking at Johnson & Johnson. Right now, my average share price is pretty even with the current share price. Since there are some other stocks at a discount, I may hold off on Johnson & Johnson right now, but if there's a dip in that, I'll be picking up another one of those because I think Johnson & Johnson is a really good stock to have at this time. Some other stocks that I'll be looking at to lower my average price target is going to be with Bank of America, JP Morgan, and Best Buy. So with those right now, my average price target is higher than what their current value is. So those are kind of a handful that I'll be looking at right now. And enough with that. This pretty much wraps up my portfolio update. I did mention Stanley Black & Decker, and I have a video right over here along with some other industrial stocks. And for medical property trust, I have a video right over here with some other REITs. So definitely check those 2 videos out, and I'll catch you next one. Peace.